you doing today?
Alright. Do you have any ID on you? Getting calls of suspicious people again, so
Would that
I know
be
you're over there by the library, so...
Would that be a misdemeanor or felony?
What?
Suspicion.
Well, you're...
Because according to 34285,
right,
3.5, I'm not.
Now you're on private property, though.
No, this is a sidewalk.
But you were over here earlier.
No, I was not.
Okay, that's what they're...
The camera doesn't lie.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you going to let me see your camera?
So according to this...
Are you going to let me see your camera?
No.
Okay, so I don't know.
I mean,
against theirs, right?
Not unless you're going to arrest me for something.
You have your ID on you?
This code right here, specifically, yes. It's 35285.3.5, right. Failure to ID. It only says I have to ID if I'm being charged with a crime. Do you suspect?
All right, guys, buckle up, because the encounter you're about to witness is a perfect example of what happens when authority meets someone who actually knows the law. It starts off like many routine interactions do, a police officer approaching a man with a camera. But within seconds, the tone shifts. The officer claims he's responding to calls about suspicious activity, yet the man being questioned is calmly standing on a public sidewalk. No crime. No disturbance. Just a camera and a citizen exercising his rights. Instead of explaining a legitimate reason for the stop, the officer immediately jumps to demanding identification. And that's where things begin to unravel. Because when someone knows their constitutional rights, the usual intimidation tactics don't work. What follows is a tense back and forth where the officer attempts to assert authority, but the law simply isn't on his side.
Suspect me of a crime?
Yeah, trespassing.
I need, what's your reasonable articulable suspicion?
ID?
What is your reasonable articulable
I'm asking you for ID.
suspicion?
I'm asking you for ID.
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion? I'm not under any requirement.
What's that?
That's my Fifth Amendment right.
What's that got to do with
I'm invoking it to remain silent. I'm not going to waive it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to speak to you without my lawyer at this point.
Well, you want to call him?
I don't answer questions.
See, now you don't want to talk to him. I'm going to read this, okay? You want to go...
What's your badge number, sir?
Property?
What's your badge number, sir?
3900.
You've been very professional. Thank you.
I know. See, like I said, the complaint we had was using videoing cars in here.
What's your name, sir?
Where?
What's your badge number?
6671.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes.
So you would know about asking for ID.
You don't want to answer
You're a public servant. You have to.
No.
You're under an obligation. You're a public servant.
No, you can talk
Public
to my
servant.
chief.
Bring him down here. I'd love to.
You can talk to him.
Okay, I'll go there next.
Stop in it right down the road.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the building, but if he wants to come outside, that'd be great.
That's a public building. You can go. The lobby is fine.
Well, this is a public building. I mean,
But it's also private property.
it uses government resources.
But it's
so,
also
but if they said I'm over here, this is still public access. You realize that?
Private property.
Look, handicaps. Nobody's come out here and said that, and I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's come out here and asked me to leave. If you're going to say for trespassing, I have to be given the right to leave. Nobody's asked me to leave.
Now listen carefully, because this is where the confrontation begins to heat up. The officer insists he needs identification, referencing a failure to identify statute. But the man immediately pushes back, pointing out a crucial detail: that law only applies if someone is actually suspected of committing a crime. And that's the problem here. The officer can't clearly articulate any crime at all. Instead, the justification shifts to vague accusations like trespassing, even though the man remains on a public sidewalk. When pressed for reasonable articulable suspicion, the officer struggles to provide a direct answer. That phrase, by the way, is a legal standard police must meet before detaining someone. Without it, the demand for identification becomes shaky at best. Yet the officer keeps pressing, hoping compliance will come through persistence. But the citizen stands firm, invoking his rights and refusing to answer questions without legal representation.
Well, when I was talking to you earlier,
Yes, sir.
it was a little unusual because we don't have someone walk around video, so just out of the ordinary. Why I was down there earlier, so I haven't been in to talk with them there, but it could be that they're a little bit afraid to come out because you never know these days what'll happen.
What do you mean what'll happen? I have I have a Nikon, not a Canon.
I understand, but but I'm just saying, how they, people people doing things nowadays. You don't know if somebody's got a weapon on them, if they're gonna.
Oh, I'm totally unarmed.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, I have no weapons on me whatsoever.
You know, because sometimes people do a lot of research, before they. That's why
this is division of family resources, not to mention the WIC building.
Oh, yeah.
This is a government entity. If they rent space out of here and they have a public parking area, it's public.
Well, it's public access.
Yeah, public access, which means I have a right to be on it if I need to be on it. Right. If I want to walk through here and walk around and do the horseshoe, that's fine. That's my business to be on here to see if the WIC office is maintaining their property. Okay. If the taxpayer dollars is getting the trash out of here, making sure it's not. I mean, there's not enough parking. Everybody's parking on the streets. Everybody's parking where they're not supposed to be parking. So if I wanted to walk through here and count all the parking spaces, nobody can tell me no. I have business on the property, if I was even on the property, which I was not.
You stayed on the sidewalk?
Other than when a guy was walking with his child, I entered the public easement area over on this side.
There, yeah. Okay.
Yes. I've never where you're standing.
Right. I know, but you understand.
Over on this side.
There, yeah. Okay.
Yes. I've never where you're standing.
Right. I know, but you understand, he just asked you for ID to know who you are, so we know you're not a convicted felon.
At this point, another officer steps into the scene, and the conversation becomes even more revealing. Instead of addressing the legal concerns raised, the focus shifts to curiosity and suspicion about the camera itself. They mention complaints about someone filming cars in the area, as if simply holding a camera somehow transforms a lawful activity into something dangerous. But the citizen calmly explains the obvious: he's documenting a public space, something anyone has the right to do. The officers attempt to blur the lines between public and private property, suggesting he might be trespassing. Yet the man counters every claim with clear reasoning, explaining that public access areas funded by taxpayers are still open for observation. The exchange highlights a frustrating reality: sometimes the real conflict isn't about safety at all. It's about discomfort with being recorded while performing public duties.
Criminal, anybody that would have bad intentions.
Well, I mean, how do I know you're not?
Well, because I am in uniform.
Well, that doesn't mean you don't have any internal affairs investigations upon you or him for criminal activity.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we wouldn't be working the street if we had criminal activity suspicion.
I have no idea. I don't know what your policies are.
Okay. I know you say you're not from around here, so. So you from Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I mean, it's just, what I'm saying is we would be gone already. Just show an ID, you're legit, everything's cool, we're out of here.
But I haven't broken a law.
I understand, but that's what the way the call came in about being in it.
But where's the proof?
We'll figure that out. Don't worry.
I'll say, where's the proof?
I understand that's what he was checking.
Okay. Am I being detained?
I believe so.
So I'm free to go.
I mean, he's got your card there.
Well, I've got a dozen more.
Do you?
I just need that one because it has his fingerprints on it.
Okay. Sure.
Or he can have it, whichever I determine.
Yeah, it's your card, so.
But I'm not being detained.
I'm not detaining you, no.
Is he detaining me?
He didn't say he was, so it's kind of.
And the other guy, where's the red vehicle? The fire commissioner. You just guys allow him to park all over the sidewalk whenever he, kind of like this guy, to block the sidewalk. I noticed down there at the fire station, him and another vehicle block.
The red one?
Yeah, they block. I mean, I'm handicapped, so they block the pedestrian throughway so that way citizens have to walk in the street.
I've seen that. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, not only that, but this guy did it too when he pulled up to go talk to him. Oh, you even got that on footage. Yeah. This guy, the canine unit.
Okay.
Yeah, pulled in sideways, backed in.
I don't know who started that.
Things escalate further as the officers try a different angle. Instead of proving a crime occurred, they suggest that providing identification would simply clear everything up. This is a common tactic, presenting compliance as the quickest path to ending the interaction. But the man refuses to accept that logic. He explains something many people overlook: citizens are not required to prove their innocence just to satisfy an officer's curiosity. The law works the other way around. Police must first justify the detention before demanding personal information. As the discussion continues, the man even points out inconsistencies in how laws are applied. For example, he notices official vehicles blocking pedestrian pathways, something ordinary citizens could easily be ticketed for. The irony becomes impossible to ignore. The very people enforcing rules sometimes appear to overlook them when it's convenient.
Gosh, that's been, ever since I've been here, the fire chief has always, I don't know why, they like to park in that front.
So they're exempt from the law.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is there's not. It's a whole driveway out. The sidewalk's not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
like
tapered.
This.
Yeah, it's tapered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But it's still a pedestrian throughway, because there's no garage door in the way.
Not in front of the.
Right.
Right. Not in front of the.
Right. Thank you, sir. Am I being detained?
We're just waiting to see if they want you no trespass.
So am I being detained?
You are till they tell us.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
What did I just tell you?
I'd like your supervisor out here. Call a supervisor, because you're illegally detaining me. You cannot show me what I'm doing wrong. Are you illegally detaining me?
We'll find you.
I'm a bright freaking vest. Of course you're going to find me.
Am I holding you?
I'm asking if I'm being detained.
Am I holding you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining you?
Am I being detained?
Am I detaining you?
Or am I free to go?
Bye.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay, right?
Bye. On the sidewalk, right.
I've always been on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Or the public easement.
How long is your battery good for?
Considering I have several battery backups, about 18 hours.
At least you got a nice day.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
I said, excuse me, I don't want to walk between you guys and get shot or tased.
Well, I guarantee
I'm going to go that way.
Shoot at each other with you walking between.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm giving you notice, because I want to see if there's any emergency.
Now the tension hits a turning point. The citizen repeatedly asks a critical question: am I being detained? It's a simple question with major legal consequences. If the answer is yes, the officer must justify it with reasonable suspicion. If the answer is no, the person is free to leave. But the officers hesitate, offering vague responses that keep the situation in a gray area. One moment they claim he's not detained, the next they suggest he needs to wait until the property owners decide whether they want him trespassed. That contradiction reveals a lot. Without clear authority to detain him, they're essentially stalling, hoping the situation resolves itself. Meanwhile, the citizen remains calm, continuing to document everything. The camera quietly captures every statement, every hesitation, and every attempt to stretch the limits of authority.
Lights on.
Plenty path there. Emergency lights.
Yeah, I mean, he's. Well, a lot of times the officers, no lights in the front, emergency lights in the rear. He doesn't have any emergency lights. He's parked in a no parking area. I just want to see.
No parking sign?
You tell me.
I see a no parking sign.
Okay. I do see him blocking the driveway though. The entry.
Where?
Right there on the curve. If I was parked there, I'd get a ticket. But I don't see the emergency.
Okay. All right. Well, they don't want you on the property, so as long as you stay off the property.
Well, don't shoot anybody. Don't tase anybody. And don't stick your dog. And don't beat your wife either.
Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
You are clear not to on the property, correct?
You are clear. Don't beat your wife today. Don't beat your wife. Don't smoke crack. I mean, you understand those things, right? Don't drink and drive.
Now I have to ask you, do you think that most police officers don't know the law, or do they just choose to ignore it so that they can enforce their ego over civilians? Let me know in the comments. But from demanding ID without any suspicion of a crime and then lying about what's public or private, this shows to me that he is another cop just like most of them that has an ID addiction and that will do anything to scratch it. And this is why it is so important for you to know your rights and to help us to bring awareness to the rest of the public. So don't forget to support the channel by subscribing, like the video, and leave a comment to keep the conversation going. And remember, always record the police.
As the standoff continues, the conversation drifts into an almost surreal territory. The officers begin discussing safety concerns and hypothetical dangers, suggesting that people with cameras could potentially pose a threat. The man responds with calm logic, even pointing out that he's visibly unarmed and simply holding a camera. In fact, he jokingly notes the difference between camera brands, emphasizing how ridiculous the suspicion really sounds. This moment highlights a larger issue in many of these encounters, the discomfort some officials feel when transparency enters the picture. Recording public officials in public spaces is not only legal, it's a cornerstone of accountability. Yet time and time again, that simple act triggers unnecessary confrontations. Instead of acknowledging the right to record, the officers continue circling around the same arguments without providing any real legal justification.